Senator Watt.
Thank you, Mr Acting Deputy President. I just want to take the opportunity to put the opposition's position on these amendments on the record. And we won't be supporting the amendment being moved by Senator Lambie, and I might also take the opportunity to explain why we opposed the amendment moved by Senator Rice, and they're basically related reasons. But more broadly, when it comes to aviation safety, the position the opposition and Labor have tried to take is a bipartisan one. This bill has been around for some period of time, and prior to the election we worked with the government to strike what we thought was an appropriate balance between safety, which of course is absolutely vital and must always be CAS's paramount responsibility. So balancing that on the one hand, safety on the one hand, and easing the burden of red tape on small aviation operators on the other hand. We've worked very closely with the government to try to improve this, and we believe that the bill, as it now stands, moves us closer to achieving this balance. We're aware that the government's bill was developed in close consultation with the general aviation industry over a number of months in 2018 and also earlier this year. Now, we fully understand what Senator Lambie is seeking to achieve with her amendments, and as I understand it, it's to give assurance to small aviation operators that excessive safety regulation will not put their viability at risk. That is a worthwhile objective, and we understand where Senator Lambie is coming from. However, we do think that the intent of the amendment from Senator Lambie is already captured in the government's bill. From our perspective, the bill is seeking to balance safety with the risk, environment and cost involved, particularly for smaller operators. And while we understand that there will always be groups in the community that say that a particular piece of legislation gets the balance wrong one way or another, and no piece of legislation will ever be perfect, on balance we think that this bill does get us closer to achieving that important balance between safety and the impact on smaller aviation operators. So that's why, on balance, we have decided to support the bill without the amendment being put forward by Senator Lambie. And it's really a similar reason that explains why we opposed the amendment moved by Senator Rice. Again, we think that the bill, as put, does get the balance right. We don't think that it's necessary to refer it to an inquiry, and that's why we're prepared to support it as it currently stands and voted against Senator Rice's amendment as well. Now, of course, the opposition will continue to monitor the implementation of the bill, and if we think that it hasn't got that balance right, and if we think that there are additional reforms necessary, then of course we'd be willing to look at it and make further amendments as required. So, as I say, I just thought it was important for us to put on the record why we've taken this position in opposing both of the amendments tonight.